The range and quality of produce found in Australia is one of the keys to our culinary creativity. Our pristine seas and rivers provide a bounty of seafood, from salmon and freshly shucked oysters from Tasmania to the Northern Territory and from Kangaroo Island. There's vengeance and black truffles from Western Australia, and much prized beef is raised across the country. There are world-class cheeses from Tasmania, Bruny Island, and Kangaroo Island. Some of the finest chickpeas in the world come from the Ord River in northwestern Australia, while the sun-kissed regions of Queensland produce an amazing array of tropical fruit. Around Australia, you'll find a collection of restaurants that tell the story of Australia's dining excellence, the creative direction of our chefs, and our high standards of service. Many chefs come to Australia and open restaurants because of fresh produce, open-air locals, and fresh thinking. Some of the world's top restaurant critics and chefs are amazed by the quality and sophistication of our restaurants and the diversity of their menus. Our globally recognized chefs have the freedom to be playful and creative and create their own rules. You'll find menus using ingredients such as wallaby, warrego greens, and quandongs. You'll find Australian restaurants have a relaxed feel, mostly due to our weather that draws us outside and towards the water or the shades of a gum tree. Even the prestigious fine dining restaurants offer an informality that can make them welcoming. Whether you dine in an internationally acclaimed restaurant or a local cafe in a regional town or city suburb, the quality of a menu and fresh flavors on your plate will be a delight. Australia is home to a wonderful mix of cultures from all over the world. We celebrate our multicultural diversity, enthusiasm, and passion, creating a dimension to our cuisine that is uniquely Australian. What sets Australia apart is that while chefs and winemakers honor traditions, they are also leading the charge in experimenting with new styles and fresh ingredients that can only be found in Australia. Industry icons Xiang Lu and Tetsuya Wakura pioneered the art of fusing Asian flavors with European techniques. Peter Kunisz took the food of his Greek heritage and added Australian influence. And several of our finest chefs, including Neil Perry, who takes influences from Asia, Italy, and Spain to produce uniquely Australian dishes that showcase the depth and the quality of our produce. Australia's rugby union team is the Wallabies in each year. Clad in green and gold, they compete with New Zealand and South Africa in the Tri-Nations Series. Their on-field battles with the New Zealand All Black form the Bledisloe Cup, while the 4 games with South Africa are part of the Mandela Challenge Plate. Every 4 years, Australia competes with rugby playing nations from across the world in the Rugby World Cup. 7 former Australian players, including Nick Farr-Jones, have been inducted into the International Rugby Hall of Fame. Australia's state team play with each other in New Zealand and South African teams in the Super 14s. Car racing has a passionate following in Australia, which hosts a number of rubber-burning events. Each March, Melbourne's Albert Park is the venue for the Formula One Australian Grand Prix. In April and May, elite drivers race around Tasmania for the Targa Tasmania, a 5-day tarmac-based rally. Prime V8 supercars hit the Gold Coast in October for the Nikon Super GP. Much fanfare accompanies this high adrenaline race across the Surfers Paradise Street circuit. You'll also enjoy the buzz around the super cheap Auto Bathurst 1000, held in Bathurst, October. Sydney City Historic Domain in the Royal Botanic Garden comes alive for a party in the park at the annual Home Bake Festival. There is music, film, and laughter as more than 50 artists, musicians, and comedy acts perform. Alongside the music is the Home Bake Cinema Pavilion, featuring award-winning short films by emerging Australian and New Zealand producers and directors. The Home Baked Comedy Stage, presented by the Sydney Comedy Festival, features some of Australia's best-known comedians in a showcase of world-class comedy. There is also international cuisine, markets, and roving performers. Home Bake is an event for adults over 18 years old. Soundwave is an annual music festival held at the R&A Showgrounds in Brisbane, Sydney's Olympic Park, Flemington Racecourse, Adelaide's Bonithon Park, and Perth's Claremont Showground. These one-day rock concert features some of Australia's best up and coming bands, plus international rock bands. Soundwave is only suitable for adults over 15 years of age. Tickets are often sold out well in advance. Explore over 200 specialty shops in the Hughes Shopping Centre and Bunda Street in Canberra Civic. In Manuka and neighbouring Kingston, fashion, furniture and jewelry shops line in the leafy streets. Wander the shopping centres in Dixon, Wadden Riverside, Arundel and Bullakin. In Tuggeranong, you'll find a centre with over 170 stores and a vibrant community market on the last Sunday of the month. Enjoy entertainment and exotic food while browsing craft and collectibles in Kingston Old Bus Depot markets, held every Sunday. Check out the Gorman House markets in the Braddon each Saturday. Head to Hull for Australia's largest craft markets, held on the first Sunday of the month. Combine history and high fashion in the Queen Victoria Building or elegant Strand Arcade, both built in the 1890s. Also in the CBD, hit the Market Street department stores, Traw Pit Street Mall, or do international designer on Elizabeth and Castlereagh Streets. Head to Paddington for Saturday markets and to the Electric Oxford Street shops. Find retro fashions, edgy boutiques, homewares, and cheap eats on Crown Street in Surrey Hills or King Street in Newton. Mix vintage chic with local designs in Bondi Saturday markets or back streets. Snap up a second-hand bargain at Roselle weekend markets or the Glen markets on Saturdays. I got you in my space. I won't let go again.